Hello everyone, welcome to SIG Autoscaling meeting for Monday the 13th May 2024. Assuming no update on the test grid failures, I'm just going to skip over that for this week, unless you want to chime in at all, Maciek or anyone else.
So on the test, right?
Yeah.
So I think one update is because our tests were using the GCP provider ones, basically got completely broken by removing the provider integration and moving completely to the separate repository. And so we're basically in contact with SIG testing, trying to figure out how to fix that. So current status is that they went from being partially read to being fully read, but we're working on this. But yeah, that happened, I think, on Friday, so no update yet.
Okay, cool. Awesome. Thanks for the update. Krishna.
Hey all. So I was following up on this issue for last 3 months. The main issue is 5829 PR. So we have now created a new PR with the number 6818, which basically addresses the 5829 issue. So if you can please prioritize the review process, that would be greatly appreciated. What we are looking at is, if PR goes through and gets merged, we are hoping that this bug gets into, the bug fix gets into the next release that's due by end of May, right? Based on our last discussion, I thought we do have cutover around May end. So if you can, or at least by the next release, if it's not May end, that would be great. And also we have another PR which fixes 6128 bug. So if you can please prioritize these two PR review processes.
I believe
guess.
both. So yeah, I believe both of those are cloud provider AWS. So I think that's with you, Guy, unfortunately.
Yeah, I guess my slight pushback here would be, as you can see, I'm assuming both yourself and I think yourself and the others who've contributed these PRs work at Amazon, right? Or AWS, I'm sure which. I would be pushing Amazon to contribute to maintaining this cloud provider implementation. Is one of the things that you can do to help here. At the moment, neither of the owners of this cloud provider implementation work for Amazon, and we're both doing it outside of our day-to-day responsibilities. My current time is focused on some other bits around working groups spinning up. So this is why this is sort of falling to the bottom of my priority list.
Definitely, Guy. I mean, this is one of the feedback I took back to AWS to maintain the part of AWS cloud provider at least, right? So far, what I've seen is the teams from AWS are contributing to other projects, but unfortunately, Cluster Autoscaler is not in the list. So I have escalated this to the upper management, and that's being taken as a high priority, but that's going to take time, right? I mean, but in the interim, if you can please help us with these two PRs review and get merged. So this is going to unblock our customer from the critical production issues. But in the meantime, I'll try to do the best I can to get at least open source team take the responsibility of AWS cloud provider part. Thank you. So that means, will you be, or someone will be taking the responsibility of reviewing the process, right? These two PRs.
I cannot commit to a timeline on this realistically. I don't want to give you false hope here. Just given I've got other commitments over this week and weekend, so it's unlikely to reach the top of my priority list this week. I don't know about the other current maintainer. Jack, are you wanting to?
Yeah, Kristen, do you have a testing plan for this? Because one thing that can help situations like this, when you have sort of, I kind of feel comfortable reviewing it, but not entirely, is a really solid signal that this doesn't regress existing behaviors.
Yeah.
How are you planning to test this to make sure? It's easy to say that this fixes your behavior, but in terms of maintaining an entire provider implementation like this, without expertise, it's hard for someone to know that it doesn't break 3 other things at the same time.
I mean, what I've done, Jack, is we have included the test case. That's number one. And number two, we tried to reproduce the issue, and then we documented the behavior. So perhaps I can attach that log file if that can. I mean, in both cases, right? With and without the fix, the scale up, scale down operation, and how it's behaving. So I documented all 3 incidents. So would that be helpful if I attach the log file contents clearly to describe what's going on or to show the behavior?
I think, honestly, just having automated tests that prove the fix and prove that there's no regression around the behaviors that the test is intended to touch would help to, reaching out throughout the AWS leadership ecosystem, expertise ecosystem. I think that's a really good carrot to get folks to lean in, because otherwise they might think I really don't have enough to offer here. But if you can give them some kind of incentive, like, well, I can prove to you that it doesn't break anything, you might have a better.
We have provided Jack the test case, but at this point, getting additional help is going to be a challenging for us. I mean, last time I spoke to Guy, right? I can find a resource that can code the PR, but Guy promised at least, he could prioritize the review process. So from your end, if you can please help us, to prioritize the review process, that would be greatly appreciated.
I will reach out to the other current maintainer and see what their schedules are like. But like I say, I don't want to give you false hope in terms of when I will be able to look at it. It's very unlikely to be this week, just given other meetings, etc.
So I have tried to reach out to David. I remember his name, and David actually mentioned, but he's a little busy. It looks like, I even gave him the PR. He seemed to be a little busy, so that was the reason I'm coming back to you guys, right, to help us, review this PR. Getting other resources, it's gonna delay the. It's been almost more than 3 months. See, the problem I am seeing is this is gonna push away customers from using open source projects, giving a false hope. You see what I'm saying? I tried to do the best I could and to get the PR done, right? And if you could please help us, the last part in reviewing would be, a great help.
I acknowledge all that. I can only. I'm not committing more than I'm able to. I don't want to give you a false promise. I will prioritize it, but there's another pile of other moving parts at the moment around the SIG, around working groups spinning up, that also need my attention. So that's what it's fighting against, unfortunately.
Thanks, Gary. I don't want to put you on spot, but any grade you can provide, I would really, really appreciate.
Go. Thanks. Marco.
Yeah, I guess it's the same issue that we're following up for like 3 weeks or something. Nothing to add from my side. There was, I think, Maciek and potentially you trying to like follow up and see if we can get more people trying to look into this. And I see Ray's here.
Yeah, I added a small note. Hey, so I'm Ray. In case I haven't met you all yet, I'm one of the tech leads at Google, working on HPA, VPA, MPA, all that fun stuff. So I'm going to work with Kevin Wiesbuehler, who's already looking at these, to just help accelerate that process. But my goal is to let's get through the backlog by the end of this week. Hopefully, we can just clean that out and then stay on top of it from there. So stand by. We're working on it. Thank you for raising this, and hopefully I can help out here as well.
Nice, thanks. I really appreciate it.
Awesome. Yeah, I've not got anything more to add on that currently. As notes from as the notes say, I'm trying to persuade some more people to invest some more engineering time in this, but yeah, as we've just discussed with previous discussion point, it's always a tough one. So do we want to run straight on to your second point, Marco?
Sure. Yeah, this is about like a few weeks ago, we tried to enable VPA end-to-end tests running for every PR. And like the thing that we merged there apparently never got the tests running successfully for the PRs. I have very limited experience with test infra and how all that magic works. So I tried to fix it. I've linked the Slack thread, and I have a few comments in the test infra Slack channel asking for like additional input. So if any of you has more experience than I have, which is not very difficult to have, then please take a look at this. Yeah, Jack.
Yeah, Marco, where are you struggling in terms of the test story?
Yeah, so I tried to put the open questions into the Slack channel. So I mean, we can go
Okay, cool.
through
Yeah,
this right now.
I'll take a look there and see if I can help. I have plenty of experience in the sort of scaffolding around Proud tests, test infra.
Yeah, that would be great.
Maybe I can help.
Awesome. Thanks, Jack.
Awesome. That's all we had on the agenda. Is there anything else anyone wants to raise for this week? I shall take that as no. And thank you very much, everyone, for attending. See you next week.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys.
Bye.
Thank you.